So how long does mediation take? That's kind of the golden question. I will tell you that depending upon how difficult your case is, how complex is the financial situation, how complex is your assets? Sometimes there are houses and cars, but there's not a lot of cash flow. So the mediation is going to take as long as it needs to take. And that unfortunately is not the answer that everybody wants. But the reality is, how do you communicate, right? Do you have difficulties communicating? Are there difficulties in understanding the financial picture? Is somebody mistrusted? Is there somebody that maybe did some things that lost the trust in that relationship? Well, all of those factors kind of come into play. So most of the time when we see a mediation take less time, it's because both sides have been very open with disclosing and sharing the information. And so they're giving all the documents. Everybody is putting all the cards on the table and kind of just talking through like what makes sense. A mediation could take, 8 hours. It could take 2 hours. It could take multiple months, multiple days. Typically, when we're getting involved in valuations, the valuation alone is going to take 4 to 8 weeks in order to just get that number. And then we start negotiating all of the assets based on knowing all of the numbers. So a mediation is going to take as long as is necessary. Another thing to kind of keep in mind is typically I will see when people are getting divorced, there may be one person that's very gung ho and ready to go, and there may be another person that's not quite there yet. So having the process take place over time, maybe over a 1 to 3 month period, maybe 6 months. Very difficult cases could take a year, but traditionally, probably somewhere in the 3 to 6 month range is very reasonable for you to get through all the documents, to upload and to update the situation, and then to get to a process of hiring attorneys and going forth in order to file it into the court system. A lot of times, even to file something in the court system, you might have a 30+ waiting period. It's called a cooling off period that you have to wait until you can do anything in the case. And so we kind of walk you through that process. And, sometimes you can negotiate some things on your own. So anything that you can facilitate outside of the mediation is obviously going to help the process as well.